Hello and welcome to Embarrassing for No Reason, the podcast. Have you rated us 5 stars on Spotify yet? Was that what you wanted?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You've still got a bee in your bonnet about people listening
Honestly,
to the podcast.
the amount of my mates
are
are like, love this week's app. I'm like, well, I haven't seen you sliding your thumb across. Anyway, welcome back. Welcome to another episode. My name's Sam Tatum.
And I'm Tatum McGreal. Welcome back. Or welcome if this is the first time you've heard of Embarrassing for No Reason. Basically, we like to congregate on a weekly basis to discuss, things that are embarrassing for quite literally no reason. We can't pinpoint it, but we do like discussing it. It's like a bit of a therapy session for us all.
It's the day-to-day stuff that gently mortifies you.
Yeah.
And you don't realise it's happening until it's happening right there and then. And then a lot of people now have messaged us. We're like the people that they tell.
I know, it's so funny.
Really nice.
It's really nice because now people are like, embarrassing for no reason. For example, we have a voice note here from Roxy, sort of discussing something that we brought up last week.
The bit about the Corona bottle when you've basically finished it and the lime sucked out of your mouth. It made me think of when you're in the pub and you have finished your pint, really. More like there's nothing really in it, but then the barman tries to take it off you and you're like, no, and not bring it towards yourself because in your head you're thinking, I spent £7 on this. I want every single drop.
So that's a double whammy there. So you said embarrassing for no reason last week is when you're drinking a bottle of Corona and like the lime sort
touches
of
your lips.
Gives you a little kiss when you're drinking out the bottle. And then hers is when the waiter tries to take your drink off you.
That's a really good one and a very true one, especially the London price of a pint. And it's dregs as well. It's warm dregs on a warm day. And
I'm stingy as hell though.
Yeah.
If I've still got a tiny bit in my glass, I've paid for that, sweetheart.
Honestly, and they put their fingers in the top. I'm not doing that. Sorry. I'm doing that.
You got to tap and go, no, not doing that, leave it.
How was Tatum's just been in Mallorca?
Yes,
on a little
I have.
Getaway. How was that?
So good. So good. Basically, I sort of went from being at the beach to then a sun lounger to eating food, slept a bit, read my book, and then just circulated that for a few days.
Nice, as you should.
Stunning.
I wanted to ask you a question that's Mallorca based. I last went there in 2021, I think. When you're in the airport at Mallorca, right, on the way back, there's a vending machine that sells something specific.
God.
Did you see it?
No.
No?
No.
There's a vending machine that sells cans of Mallorcan air.
You're lying.
I'm being deadly serious. Did you not see it?
No.
I bought some.
You bought a can of air?
Yeah, because novelty.
Obviously, yeah.
€3.90 or something like that. They sell canned Mallorcan air that you can just open at any time whenever you want it.
No, I'm gutted.
In a vending machine. And I don't know if they still do it or not. Last time I went in 2021, they did. And I bought a can.
And what did you do with the air? Did you
I think I lost
inhale it?
I think I lost it.
What?
I think it's been in one of my house moves. It was just in one of the piles. Yeah.
Right, we have to go back.
Somewhere in the UK, in like a tip probably, there's a can of Mallorcan air. Just burst open.
Because I want to know the instructions on the back. What do you do with it? Do you sniff it? Do you...
Not suitable for kids.
Yeah.
Who knows? Right. Our examples this week.
Yes.
Embarrassing for no reason. This is what we normally do at this part of the show is we bring our examples in. One I thought about, which was like when you were away, I thought this might be happening to Tatum at the minute, which is like, when you've been swimming and then you need to sit down on the loo?
Yes.
Or if you've been in the shower and then you get straight on the loo?
Yeah.
How horrible is the wet Lucy?
Soggy arse.
Yes. Swamp bum. Swamp bum. And then if you have to wipe as well and wet tissue. I've never talked about it out loud, but when you were on holiday, I was like, that's a good one. I bet you she's gone straight from the pool to the loo and had literally slip and slide.
Yeah, but what's even worse is when you arrive at the toilet and someone's had, what do you call it, swamp bum?
Swamp bum. So someone else's wet bum has been on
and
there.
They've left it. And then you've got to do the tissue wipe to get it off. And for women, it's this every time, whether I'm doing either or.
Yes.
Because for you.
For me, it's only the latter. But I wouldn't be sitting for the first one either, so I'm all right. But swamp bum is my one.
Yeah, swamp bum.
Swamp bum's a good one.
It's embarrassing for no reason. Mine, I don't even know if I want to say mine because mine is really going to out myself massively and I might sound like a bit of a knob.
Go on, she's in her influencer era, okay? Go on. I want to hear this.
Like such a dick though. Oh, okay. The context is I'm going to be turning 30 soon. So it's my birthday coming up. And I wanted to try and... Oh, I sound like a knob. I wanted to try and wangle a bit of a freebie to... I'm not going to say where, but what can we call it?
A forest-based holiday park.
Yes, perfect.
Possibly in the centre.
Yeah, she wants to get right in the middle of that park. Let's put it that way.
Yeah, I tried to email Centre Parks and basically what I did was, so I said to Sam, I was like, right, I want to email them and say like, oh, let's sort of work in a collaborative way. You know, I'll do social posts. You give me the holiday for free or what have you.
Like people do that.
I know they do, but I feel like I've never done it before.
It is horrific, but it is a good way to sort of like introduce yourself to companies and work with them, especially in our line of work.
You do it.
I do it.
Which is why I came to you. So
and I provide the goods. So
Yeah.
like, I in the past have been known to like message a festival and end up getting like a pass or whatever, and then having a great time at the festival, posting content about the festival, telling people about the festival, right?
So I mean, technically anyone could do it.
It's
Try
some
it.
mutually beneficial thing, but you know me, bit more of a like not a scammer,
Scammer.
bit more of a chancer than you. Chance.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Because I find it all just horrific.
Yeah.
I just think, imagine receiving that email, just be like, oh.
So yeah.
Anyway, so I came to you and I was like, look, I want to email Centre Parks just to see if we can sort some out for my birthday. Will you just send me like a template of like one of your emails in the past so I can sort of copy it, change it a bit, and then send it to them? However, what I did was I basically copied Sam's email into the email that I was sending to Centre Park so I could like sort of type along, read what he said. And I accidentally sent the email that still had Sam's drafted email in the email.
It is horrific.
No, it's so bad.
When you sent that to me, I audibly like went, no.
Gasped.
Because my name's in there as well.
I know, so at the bottom.
So it says like, hi, I'm Tatum McGreal.
Yeah. Let's do a collaborative thing for
Yeah.
Centre Parks. Da, 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 da. And then at the end it said, hi. I'm Sam.
It says, hi, I'm Sam Darliston. And it says like, my follow account. And then it says like what I can offer a festival in 2020. It name checks the year, which was 2023 was the template sent there. It's for a festival, which has nothing to do with the holiday park she's messaging.
I'm mortified.
And all of that was the bottom of it. So they saw her email with that email in it.
What is so bad, isn't it?
That is.
And what's worse is I thought, do you know what? I'm just going to send another email as if nothing happened.
Yeah, she messaged, because I was really freaked out. I was like, no, that's not good. And then you messaged me like, oh, it's all right. They've given me some emails back of some names that I'll have a go at.
Yeah, so I'll just email them and just like brush over it as if nothing ever happened. Haven't heard back.
No.
And it's been a good few weeks.
Exactly. But if you see us in Centre Parks in June,
You know it's a freebie.
you know what's happened.
I want to say 2 thank yous.
Wow.
One to the month of May, and the second thank you are to farmers across the nation because
Why?
we have 2 bank holidays in May
Yeah.
and it's down to farmers. So the internet
It's what,
tells
sorry?
me.
It's what?
Basically, I Googled the other day, why do we have 2 bank holidays in May? Not that I'm complaining, obviously, it's great, but I'm like, why do we have 2?
I just always assume a royal.
Is it what, Royal's dead or what?
Something's happened. Something's happened. Death, birth, marriage.
Yeah.
Don't know which, but it's probably a royal.
Nah, farmers. Because apparently, like, as we get into May and like summer and stuff, that's like peak time for farmers. So apparently it's like, oh, let's give them a couple of rest days. Here you go. Have 2 days off in May. So thank you. If you're a farmer listening to Embarrassing for No Reason,
I have a qualm.
you're a blessing.
I have a qualm.
Why?
Of all jobs, I feel like farm, they don't have days off, do they? Because what's a farm?
Surely they've got a day
Hang
off.
about. So, because they'd have to get a cover. Because farm isn't a job. Like, they can't be like, hey, no, it is a job, but it's a lifestyle. It's a lifestyle, right? You live on the farm. You tend, look, this is a guess, any farmers listening.
Yeah.
You tend the crops. You tend the animals.
They got bare pets.
Exactly. Loads of animals, goats, cows, sheep, etc. Lettuce, cucumber, whatever, right? Whatever grows on a farm, I don't know. So you're telling me what, they're just going to not do that day? They're going to be like, all right, sweet. They're the only ones that aren't having a day off. They're going to have to do their everyday chores.
Oh my God. Have we just discovered something here? Farmers...
No days off.
Farmers can't get cover.
Well,
no one can cover their shift. It has to be another farmer.
I wonder if there's like a farmer, like... there probably is a union. But like, I mean like a group chat or something like, mate, can you cover my crops this week? Mate, I'm going Benidorm with the missus. Can you stroke the cows?
Yeah.
It probably is, right?
No way. Well, now I'm doubting myself. I'm second guessing. Why do you think you think it's dead royals.
Yeah.
Why would it be called a bank holiday?
It's got to be to do with the banks,
holiday?
right? Banks.
Bank.
Hasn't it?
Why do we have 2 bank holidays in May? May has always been a busy month for farmers, and the May bank holiday was a chance for them to relax before the busy times ahead. But you're right. That makes no sense.
They're the only ones not relaxing, surely.
All right, take me thank you back.
Anyway, we got another bank holiday coming up.
But yes, so that's what's going on in the world of embarrassing for no reason. Also, we have to talk about the Met Gala, even though neither one of us has no idea what it's about.
What is it?
I don't know.
I
Should I
swear.
Google that as well?
No more Googling. We can figure this out. It is just people going up some steps. It's literally, that is what it is. That is what it is. It's a bunch of people like looking either nice or odd, right? or falling down the steps that Jason Derulo did. But
I didn't know that, by the way. That completely passed me by. That
Yeah.
Derulo decked it down the stairs.
yeah,
But there's no video of that anywhere. Like if you Google, like
I bet he's had them all removed.
Yeah, I was gonna
power
say,
that
what
man has.
kind of
The
mafia
power that
is
man
that?
has, yeah. But I don't know what it is. I still to this day, what do? They go into the Met Gala and do what?
have a sit down meal, I assume.
What's the bloody point?
I don't know.
What's the point?
I don't know. What's the point in any event? But they get dressed up nice.
Well, awards normally, right? Is this like the Met Awards?
True.
No, no one goes home with
It's
the
something
Met.
to do with fashion.
Is it Fashion Awards?
Cool.
I don't get
God,
what
we're
it
really
is.
at touch,
I
aren't
literally
we?
don't get what it is at all.
If you know what it is, please send us a voice note on Instagram.
A ball? Is it a ball? Basically, you know, like when you used to go to a ball.
Honestly, God, I don't know. Are you
No one
sure
got-
you don't want to
honestly,
Google it?
I swear, like in the 2000s, loads of people used to go to a ball or a do. There's no balls or do's anymore.
no balls
There's
or
a night out or a
do's.
Met Gala.
It's a fundraising event.
Oh,
For what?
The Museum of Art.
Oh.
fair play. Fair play. Isn't it?
But surely they've raised enough coin. How long's the Met Gala been going on for? They're doing that every year.
I guess so. Yeah.
Must be
Must be a
minted.
class museum.
I know.
Have to go there. Is that what the Met is?
Yeah,
I guess
the
so.
Metropolitan
Museum of
Oh
Art.
my God.
Oh, sweet. So you can just like throw a party and be like, everyone come round here, raise money for us.
Yeah, I know.
That's basically what that museum is doing.
Well, they've got all the big superstars there, haven't they? All the
Get Stockport
celebs.
Library on that.
Yeah, I will.
Get you dressed up, walking down.
Dressed up like dogs did.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
But you've had some shockers in your time. When we went to the Brits last year, can we talk about your Brits outfit? Yeah.
don't know if it is too
She's
soon.
never wanted to talk
It might
about
be
this. She's
too
shaking.
soon.
So last year
Oh,
we went
no,
to the
it's
Brits.
awful. It's awful, my Brits outfit. Yeah. Go on.
We'll put a picture on our socials. Just talk us through it.
So I thought, right, because we're doing, the posh carpet and that. We're
Yeah.
getting our pickies done. I thought, right, I'm going to look like absolute dog's bollocks next to freaking, I don't know, Sabrina Carpenter.
Yeah.
So I ordered a dress, and the way I describe it to people is like Jasmine from Aladdin, which sounds nice on the surface, but actually it was giving chav. It was so bad. It was like fucking bejazzled.
It was shiny.
It was, yeah, it had gems on it.
It was just
What
basically.
was I thinking?
She had like a strap across her boobs. It was blue gems.
Yeah, so it was like a
And
two
then
piece.
just like a long skirt from sort of belly button down.
Yeah,
That was pure gems. Just blue gems throughout.
yeah,
And then a gem headband.
yeah.
Gems around your eyes, was it?
No,
No.
Oh, that's too far.
Okay. But you had a bouffant. completely gone. Honestly, she had.
It's the worst idea I've ever had.
She got her hair done as well, and they gave her a bouffant.
But right, let me give you some context. So I had my hair done, and you know what it's like when someone does your hair and you hate it. You can't say. You kept calling me Amy Winehouse
It was
all
my
night.
hair. Every time she'd walk down the carpet, I'm like, dun, 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 dun.
Well, sometimes
I go out.
Oh my God, it was so bad.
It was like flat at the front.
It was this massive quiff.
And then a huge thing at the back. It was the tallest you've ever been.
Oh, it was awful.
But the worst part of it all is I decided that same year to wear a vest. I wore like all white and just a waistcoat with nothing underneath it.
And he looked like Aladdin.
And everyone kept calling us, they're like, you've come as Jasmine and Aladdin. And we were just trying to look nice with the Brits.
Oh, like a right knob. They've not asked me back since. I'm gutted.
No, they haven't.
They literally
we
haven't.
didn't go on the red carpet this year.
No, we didn't. I'm gutted. That's my lasting memory. But no, you're right. I feel like if I was to do the red carpet at like the Met Gala or something, I think I would want to look as unhinged as possible. Because you know, like,
Just wear the Brits outfit.
yeah, just look at Joe's Jasmine again.
Yeah.
So Andre 3000, I don't know if you saw it, he rocks up with like a grand piano strapped to his back.
Yeah.
That's the level I'm after. Like, I don't want you to sort of look normal. I want you to look mental.
It's all a bit attention seeky for me.
I know, but I feel like if you're there though, go for it. It's like, well, I've got Jasmine as an example. Also Halloween, like when people look sexy. I'm like, now I'm going to go as Henry VIII.
No, yeah, that was great when you went as Henry VIII. That was brilliant. Like, yeah, I see what you mean. It's
Yeah.
like for the Met Gala, you'd go as Henry VIII.
Yeah, I would. Whilst I'm stood next to pregnant Rihanna. Congratulations.
Yeah, Rihanna's pregnant.
Rihanna is pregnant, yes. And I like the way that she announces her pregnancies in really like extreme places. Because I feel like the last time it was a Super Bowl. So she was like rubbed her tummy and all that. And then Met Gala, bang.
Yeah.
I think that's iconic. Again, I'd do the same. If we're doing it, let's go dramatic.
Really?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah. No, it is good. Means no album though.
No album,
I
know.
imagine, right?
Well, no, this is it. So do you remember there was going to be a tour and then cancelled it? Now we know why. Cock blocked by the kids.
Yeah. Can't help herself. Bloody hell. Elsewhere in the world of music, and producer Tom, I'm going to be getting your ear on this in a minute as well.
Oh.
There's a trend on TikTok at the minute where Gen Zs have discovered like a song from Far East movement.
My God, that's a
That's
throwback.
a throwback, like a G6.
Like a G6.
Yeah. Do you know
Like a
producer Tom?
G6.
I know it, yeah.
Nah.
Nah, nah, nah.
There's not enough nah. So it sounds like this.
Popping bottles in the ice.
This is a line now.
Blizzard. When we drink, we do it right. Getting slizzard.
Stop it there. Right, when we drink, we do it right, getting slizzard. Yeah? So Gen Zs are now asking what slizzard means, and they're like giving like different definitions.
Oh
of,
my
like,
God,
like,
slizzard.
how drunk is slizzard?
Oh,
are we saying?
You're battered.
But it sounds like they're having fun though.
Wait, let's rewind it.
Because I'm not having fun if I'm too past slizzard.
Like a blizzard. When we drink, we do it right. Getting slizzard.
Okay, I would say it goes.
To me, you're absolutely battered. If you slizzard,
Right, let's play.
yeah, you're
What?
paralytic.
Let's play higher or lower.
Okay.
Quick game. Right, I'm going to say like a word, and I want you to tell me you think that means. Higher is like more battered than
Okay.
slizzard. Lower is less battered than slizzard.
Okay,
Drunk,
less.
merry,
Oh, less.
twatted,
Ooh, yeah, higher.
binned,
Ooh. Ooh. I'd say it's about the same. A touch higher. Bin.
binned is higher than slizzard.
Oh, I don't know now. I'm pressured. Okay, no, lower.
Okay, off me chops.
Nah, lower.
Lower.
Yeah, you can be off your chops on a couple.
Okay.
Horrible.
All right, so it's sort of mid-table then. Slizzard. It's not as high as we thought.
Oh no, I thought it would be a bit higher.
No.
I'd say if we're doing it out of 10, I'd say a good 8.5.
Okay.
10 being absolutely... What's worst? I don't know. What is the worst word?
Well, twatted or binned according to you.
Trolleyed.
Yeah. But yeah, that's all that they're discussing what slizzard means.
Wow.
And obviously a lot of like millennials are coming back at them and being like, your generation, like you should
Producer
know.
Tom, what do you think?
I think it means mortally being fucked.
Yeah, okay, fine.
Christ.
Wow. Yeah.
Quite a dark one.
I know, mortally fucked.
He said it with a straight face as well. He looked scared. He looked quite scared.
I'm scared of getting slizzard.
When was the last time you were slizzard?
Christ, years ago.
I've not been slizzard for time.
No.
When was the last time you got slizzard?
Saturday.
Yeah.
Producer Tom, run the theme tune.
Casualty,
right.
I already know where this is going.
I've been waiting for this moment. Okay, so Tatum ran the London Marathon again recently. Congratulations, she finished it.
Thank you. And I actually beat my first time.
Yeah.
So my original PB for running a marathon was 6 hours and 50 minutes.
Yeah.
My second, what are you laughing at?
Nothing. I'm nothing.
And my second PB, well, my current PB for a marathon is 6 hours and 30 minutes. So I shaved 20 minutes off, which when you hear this story that we're about to tell you, is actually mad that
wild.
I beat my last time.
That is wild.
Good Lord.
You've spent over half a day of your life running marathons.
I have.
That's mad. 13
What are you laughing at and all?
13 hours 20 running a marathon.
Crazy.
Half a day of our lives have been stood waiting for her to finish the bloody marathon. Anyway.
Oh, you poor you.
So talk us through it from your end and then I'll come in.
So obviously the marathon is hard. And the day that I ran it, annoyingly, turned out to be a really hot day, which did me dirty. It did a lot of people dirty, actually. Like even people like Joel Dommett, like who wanted to run it in like 3 hours, ended up doing it in 6 for the reason I'm about to tell you now. So on the day, I thought I really like prepared myself. I was like, right, sun cream on, bought a hat especially for the occasion. Clearly, I missed the science lesson where your head retains
the heat comes out your head, yeah. I mean, it's good for blocking the sun off your head as well.
That was my thought.
There is that, but like, Jesus, running a marathon in a hat is hot.
Yeah. So I crossed the finish line. I remember producer Tom ringing me to ask me where I was. And then I met you both. And then I fainted.
Yeah.
I collapsed. Fully fainted, collapsed into your arms. Actually, producer Tom
scooped her up like
me
a
up like a superhero.
It was mad.
But did a big fat faint at the London Marathon. That's mad, innit?
It was mad. Like in the little, she'd finished, got a medal, and then she was like walking down like the side bit basically to find us. Fainted. Tom picked her up. Then it was chaos.
Oh my God. I don't even remember half of it.
Loads of people surrounding her going like, call someone. I was like, is she all right? Because I was chatting to her normal. I was going like, hey, bloody hell, took you long enough or whatever.
yeah.
Next thing I know, she's on the floor, white as a sheet. I'm like, Tatum. And then basically St. John's come over, who...
Shout out St. John's. God
heroes.
Bless. I love them all, even though I don't remember any of it.
Yeah.
But wow.
They came over to Tatum and they were like, right, you need to cool her down. And she was a bit aggressive. She was sort of like gritted her teeth.
Was I?
I've never seen you so northern. Like an angry nana. Yeah, you were going like... Everything I was doing, you were getting mad. So I decided to throw water on you in your face to cool you down, right? And I sort of was like ad hoc at that point. And then St. John's were like, no, that's a really good idea. Take her hat off and pour water on her head. So I was pouring water on your head and you were swinging for me. And then
I bet.
And then the next bit.
I bet you were loving it, weren't you?
The next bit was fantastic.
Such a cow.
And then they went, right, yeah, the places that need to cool down is her head, her neck, her wrist, and her crotch. So they were like...
To be fair, I remember this bit.
They were like, so she's there barely conscious. And I'm like, she's fully dressed. I'm just getting, I'm getting my water bottle and just pouring water on Tim's for JJ. Producer Tom stood there like a no-player character, just like, what is happening? Well, St. John's are telling me to water Tatum's fanny. And then she's like, she started like trembling, shivering. Tom was having to warm her up again. Oh God, it was mad because you were like instantly fuming and instantly cold once that had happened, which rightly so you would be.
But then at some point, I obviously got put onto a stretcher, which I don't think I wanted to do.
The biggest, yellowest stretcher you could imagine.
Oh, it was massive. I got strapped in, restrained.
Oh my God, there's two of them. And they're like, right, we need to get her on this stretcher. So we all like carry you onto the stretcher. And Tatum's going, oh, I'm not getting on the fucking stretcher. I'm not getting on the stretcher. She was like point blank refusing to go. She's going, not the stretcher. Not the stretcher. Next thing, they get her on, and they're wheeling her.
Oh yeah, I know, I remember this bit, to be fair.
They're wheeling her really slowly to the tent. And she's going, go on, tell it from your point.
When I was on that stretcher, it felt like I was on fucking Rita. It felt like I was on a roller coaster. Felt like I was being dashed. I was like, oh, it's going so fast.
They were literally pushing her so slowly. And she was making such a deal. I was like, this is mortifying for us. Why is this our mate?
It's mortifying for you.
Everyone else is at the pub at this point, right? Celebrating. We're getting messages in the group chat saying, you guys come in the pub. I'm like, first of all, she's only just bloody finished.
You cheeky sod.
Second of all, she's in a stretcher. So they take her to this little side room.
Yeah, so basically they wheeled me to the St. John's tent.
Yeah.
Which I was in and out at that point, I think.
Yeah.
I just remember when I woke up and I looked around and there was like no one there. They'd taken me to like the private suite of the
Yeah, she got quite lucky. It was private suite. So a few others that were going through basically the same thing. And they were in the next tent, and then they took you into like the little private bit, and then the St. John's, like the nurse lady was like, right, so we need to do your temperature because we need to check for heat stroke.
Oh my God, this is awful.
We need to check for heat stroke, and we're like, okay, cool, shut. But with this sort of thing, like we have to be really sure, and the best way to get a temperature is to check rectal. She's just there with two lads. Me and Tom just sort of stood there like,
nah.
And then she just started. She could barely speak. She's just going, that's not going in my ass. That's not going in my ass. It's not going in my ass.
It wasn't. That brought me back to life.
It was fantastic. I was thinking...
Sorry, but why? Why a rectal thermometer? They're having me on, I think.
I was trying to push for it.
I bet you were.
For you guys, for the content, right?
No,
I was like, yeah, come on.
Do you want me to be TMI? There's one point in the Mazda I thought...
Really?
Shit my pants.
Exit only, usually.
Yeah. Well. There's not a chance in hell I was letting that happen. No way, for their sake more than anything.
No, exactly.
Christ, and with you two clowns there, rectal thermometer.
Our faces, when they were like, yeah, we need to give her an anal thermometer. And then they kept coming back, which was the best bit, is because she'd be like, she kept being like, I'm all right. And she wasn't, she could barely see. And then they'd come back and be like, if she's not better in the next 10 minutes, she's going to have to get the anal thermometer.
I went, no.
And she's like, I'll walk. And then it just kept going like that for 10 minutes, and she made it just to the line. She like put some crisps, she ate a couple of crisps, got up. And luckily,
I got away with it. I think it's because I said I needed a wee and then just darted.
Exactly. Yeah, we got her out.
Once again, St. John's ambulance, because I realised they're all volunteers as well.
Yeah.
So absolute heroes. And thank you to you two as well, because God knows where I'd be.
Hey.
Still bloody there, I think.
St. Sam.
St. Tom's
honestly,
ambulance.
Anal thermometer.
Nah, I honestly...
Next time.
So, and after that happened as well, I sort of said to Sam, I was like, were you scared? Like, it's mad, innit, when that happens?
Yeah.
And you were like, up until the point where St. John's like having a bit of a laugh with me, and I was being, what did you describe me? A naughty nana?
Naughty nana. You know, like when you take your nan to hospital, or she's got a doctor's appointment, someone's just going, oh, yeah, no, that doesn't happen to me. Yeah, no, blood pressure's always fine. Yeah, like literally... You were lying to their faces, but whilst you were incoherent. I was like, how are you managing to pull this off? It was scary.
Yeah.
Because you were like, literally, the minute they would leave, you'd be like so out of it for a good hour. And weren't really eating, weren't really doing anything. She was shaking. Oh my God.
Come walk.
Shaking like a shitting dog. And then like the minute they'd come in, she'd be like, yeah, I'm all good now, guys. I was like, no, you're not. She's lying to you. Trying to con the doctor.
I didn't want the rectal. For the love of God.
Your hand was still doing that. That's how they could tell. Shaking at the thought of the rectal, I reckon.
But my point was...
Excitement.
No. But the point was, like,
Stick it out there.
nah. So I was like, oh, were you scared? And you were like, yeah, at the beginning it was scary. But when St. John's, you know, you were sort of bantering with St. John's a bit when you were in and out. I thought, right, let's get the cameras out.
Yeah.
That's
That was my next thought, was like, if this ever happened to me, I'd want a couple of pictures of it.
Hey, main grid post.
Main grid.
I got all the sort of, everyone felt sorry for me. It was great.
Yeah. Gillian McKeith as I live and breathe.
Honestly.
That has led us to this week's topic,
Yes.
which is the embarrassing for no reason minor injuries clinic.
Yes.
So welcome along. Join Tatum with your embarrassing stories.
I'm hoping people can beat me because I'm never going to live that down ever, am I?
No.
Fainted. Stretcher.
Stretcher.
All of that. Embarrassing for no reason because I was fine. I could walk. Okay, let's get into the voice notes. And we're going to start with Jem.
Hi guys, I was swimming once at the old Virgin Active in Ealing Broadway and I got really bad cramp. I couldn't even put my foot on the step to get out. And weirdly, there were 2 lifeguards on. I'm not sure why, because it was only a tiny pool. And they couldn't even lift me out because my foot was just like in this really sort of weird contorted position. So they sent one of the lifeguards next door to Tesco and he got me a banana. And everyone was clapping and cheering when I finally got out.
Wait, so have I missed a step here? So she got a cramp in the pool.
Yeah.
And then the lifeguard had to get her out.
a banana. Get her a banana, because banana has potassium, which relieves cramp.
Oh, that is an egg.
It is. But imagine being stood in the pool eating the banana as well.
I know.
Everyone else is just doing lengths. And you've been there for half an hour waiting because she cramps that bad you can't get out and you've got to stand
No way.
Yeah, she must have had a cramp in both legs or whatever. I couldn't get out. Mad.
Mad. I've
bit when you-
never heard anything like that.
The bit when you eat the banana
Oh,
would be
God,
such a
that's
lonely place.
mortifying.
That would be a very lonely place.
Imagine witnessing that as well. Fucking getting banana out. Hey, Alec, what's your minor injury?
So I was trying this viral balance challenge off TikTok where you get down on your knees and elbows, right? And then you put both arms behind your back at the same time. And the idea is women can do it and men will just fall over. And I tried it and I'm a man and I fell flat on my face and got carpet burn on my forehead and it took like a month to completely go away.
We've done that challenge, do you remember?
I was able to do it, wasn't I?
Yes.
Yeah.
You're like the only man in the world that can do it.
Honestly.
Wow. No carpet burn for you. Yeah, carpet burn is an egg.
Well, yeah, but also explaining it to people how you got it.
I know.
Oh shit, what you done? Doing a TikTok.
Doing his TikTok. So good.
When I was so sleep deprived and I was curling my hair, I thought I'd just rest the curler on the side of my neck while I'm waiting for it to curl, and obviously just burnt the side of my neck. And now I have a huge scar, but at the time, because it was so fresh, it literally looked like I had a massive hickey. And I had to walk around like that for about 2 weeks. And no one believed me that it was a burn, so...
Oi, hickeys have gone extinct.
Love bites.
Yeah.
Yeah, I saw a TikTok on that as well saying they're very medieval.
Why?
And they just seem it, don't they?
Medieval.
Like, I'm going to bite your neck.
Oh, yeah, everything about that, isn't it? Because, yeah, it sounds really weird.
You had one recently.
I wish.
Hey.
Unfortunately not.
Hinge Premium, whatever it's called.
What?
Hinge Plus. Sorry, Hinge Plus.
Hinge Plus. Nah, like when people were like coming to college and they'd have like a massive love bite on the neck, it'd be the talk of the fucking school, wouldn't it?
I was always a bit jealous because I never had one.
I've never had one either.
No, I have had them since.
Oh.
Well, have I? I don't know. But like, as in, at school.
But why was it like
No,
cool
no
in
one was
school?
getting near. But yeah, that's what I mean. It was actually quite a bit of a position of power.
It was.
As an adult, mortifying.
Oh, it's horrible.
As a kid, honestly, I used to be well jealous.
I know, I want a freaking love bite. So yeah, Amy, how old were you?
Yeah, that changes
depends
it.
if you just change it.
Under 18, cool.
Cool as fuck.
Yeah.
Anything above?
Hey.
Weird. Thank you very much. We've got another Amy here. She's got an embarrassing for no reason. And hers involves a baguette.
I once cut the corner of my mouth whilst eating a baguette. So as you know, they're quite crunchy on the outside, and part of the outside stabbed me in the corner of my mouth. It took, I'm not even joking, about a month to heal because every time I opened my mouth to speak, it ripped the cut open again, to the point where I actually had to take time off of work because I work in customer service, which is obviously talking all the time. And I had to explain to my job that I needed to take time off of work because I couldn't talk properly because I cut my mouth open eating a cheese baguette.
I've never heard anything like that. That's unbelievable.
I struggle with sharp food, so I totally get it.
Of course you do.
But the thing is as well, whenever you cut the corner of your mouth, so quite often I'll cut the corner of my mouth.
I've not done that for ages.
On a salt and vin. Or like anything like that, yeah, crisp. Walkers.
Oh, and they'll sting.
Yeah, and it stings. So I've got it a little bit at the minute. Like it happens so easily. I think some people just have softer lips. But as soon as you, I didn't even mean that as a compliment to myself, but you know. But as soon as you have a corner of a lip cut of any kind.
But how deep was that baguette cut?
Everyone will go, oh, you got a cold sore. Oh, no, I haven't. And then once you deny and you've got a cold sore over and over again.
Sounds like you do.
It's like you've got a cold sore. And then you try to explain, like, no, actually, there's a French word for it. It's like when you've got and they're like, you've got a cold sore. And I'm like, no, I haven't got a cold sore. So that French baguette halfway at your face, that would look a huge old slaw.
But the fact that she's had to ring her boss and gone, I can't come in. Obviously, it's customer facing role. I have cut my mouth on a cheese baguette.
Mad.
Oi. Fucking brilliant.
Yeah.
Embarrassing for no reason. Yes.
Great sick note. Frame that sick note.
Yeah, really good. We had a message from Barney who says, Sam Tatum, my embarrassing for no reason minor injuries. I once went to a gallery opening with my dad and I fainted halfway through the mayor's speech. So he's like with me. Fainted.
Mayor's speech.
Can you imagine halfway through, passed out?
At the Met Gala.
Yeah.
Mad.
I like it. I'm glad someone's on my side. Thank you for sending that in. We've got another voice note here from Olivia.
I went to Centre Parks with my family and I wanted to race my brother down the water slides. There were 2 water slides next.
Do you have any contacts? Just asking for a friend.
Yeah.
That's the voice note.
I went to Centre Parks with my family and I wanted to race my brother down a water slide. So there was 2 water slides next to each other. I swung off a bar and whacked my toe on a step and my nail was literally flapping all the way down the water slide. It was water pushing up my toenail and it was hanging off at the end. It was the most painful thing ever. It made it more embarrassing because obviously I was at Centre Parks and the whole water place was full of kids and I'm just hobbling around with a nail hanging off my toe.
Oh, Peter Griffin.
Literally that. Flapping down the water slide got me. That's honestly, it made me want to take my teeth out. That's a horrible phrase.
Hey, any excuse to talk about toenails that have fallen off, honestly. Did I mention that I've done the marathon?
No.
Didn't lose any toenails this time, but the last
dignity.
time... What?
Dignity's gone. Toenails are still here.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, every cloud. But the first marathon I didn't lose a toenail straight away, but sort of the aftermath, I probably lost, I think, 4.
That's horrible.
And 2 at Big Uns.
That is...
Yep.
Pain in the stub.
I wasn't painting the stub, you witch.
She used to paint the stub of a nail.
I did.
She did.
Stop spreading that rumour.
I remember it.
I didn't. He's such a lying cow, I swear.
I feel like I remember that.
Yeah.
No, you're both just horrible.
Painted stub.
I didn't paint the stub. But with this one, I got a fake toenail put on. And then post this marathon, my toenail underneath has gone black.
Oh, it's on its way out.
Yeah, do you want me to put a photo of that on?
Hey, wait till Centre Parks.
Yeah, wait till
Flap it down.
It's going to be flapping
It's going to flap down.
Olivia, thank you. Who else we got? Embarrassing for no reason, minor injuries. Let's go to... Oh, Joe.
I was at an overnight work conference about 2 years ago. And we were in the bar afterwards with colleagues, having a few drinks, and everyone started to get a little bit drunk. And it came to people doing like their party pieces. And I thought, I know what I'll do. A handstand.
Oh.
I can't do a handstand. I never have. I never will. And I failed so drastically, I slipped and cut my head open on a fireplace in this hotel bar. I stood up, turned around to my colleague, who said to me, "Oh shit, I can see your skull." Then the blood appeared. And then about 15 colleagues rush around and try and stem the bleeding from my head. The ambulance was going to take 3 hours to come. So the hotel receptionist, who was finishing her shift at 1 a.m, drove me to the hospital whilst I got stitched up and then drove me back. I cringe so much thinking about it. It's horrible.
So dramatic for a handstand, innit? That's the theme of all of these, like when you injure yourself that badly, but then it's over something minor.
Really silly.
Carpet burn.
Just
handstand!
Doing a handstand. Thing is, I'm a drunk handstander as well. So
Are you?
It's put me off. I'm just a handstander whenever anyone says...
I love doing a little handstand.
If someone says do a handstand, I'll do a handstand. I'm not doing it now. If someone says do a handstand, I'll do it. I'm not doing it now.
No, you better not. We're not trashing the set.
Yeah. But I do... You've seen me do them.
I have.
So now I'm scared.
You're quite tall as well.
It's a long way to drop.
Yeah, but you're sort of a bit like... The only way I can describe you is like, you know those blow up like at a car wash? Those blow up...
Those men that wave.
Them? Yeah.
Wiggly wavy
men at the car wash and you blow them up like... Blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
You look like that when you're doing a handstand. Fair. So I can imagine, if you took a wrong turn, it could end in tears.
Oh, yeah.
And it would be embarrassing for no reason. Thank you, Joe. Who else we got? We got Chloe here.
So a really long time ago, maybe I was about 13, I managed to break my big toe just running up the stairs at home and just stubbed it on the stairs, broke it, went to A&E. There's not really a lot you can do for a broken toe, so they just strapped it to the one next to it for support. But this didn't really help and it was still really painful. So they put a whole foot cast on, like the whole foot up to the ankle, because you can't really stop it any shorter than that. And got crutches and everything just for a little broken toe.
No.
And everyone's like, oh my God, what have you done? Have you broken your ankle, broken your foot? Nah, just stubbed my toe.
Oh.
Stubbed a toe!
That reminds me, there was a lad at school who got bit, his cat bit his finger.
What?
That was all that happened. His cat bit his finger, but then he had some kind of infection from the cat bite. And he had to have like a cast and a cast and a sling.
No way!
Yeah. So I remember him being at school with a sling and everyone was like, is that really from a cat bite? And he was like, yeah.
As if I would have made up some up, like, should have seen the other guy, type home.
Yeah, scrap on the way home, honestly.
But I always wanted crutches when I was younger. And I always wanted a cast and I never had it.
Same.
Never broken out. Got it.
I had a cast, but not for an arm, but we'll get to that later on.
Did you?
I have an injury that I am going to share in a storytime episode. And there was a little...
Oh, that.
There was a little plaster of Paris involved. Let's
pause that and go back to the voice notes. Ella, what's your embarrassing for no reason?
So when Harry was about 7, his nan was babysitting him and he swallowed a marble and his nan was like so panicked. Like I think she like took him to A&E just to see I think she took him to A&E, she tipped him upside down trying to get this marble out when he'd already swallowed it. Anyway, a couple of days later he obviously pooed it out and I don't know who did it. Harry thinks it's his mum, or it was either his mum or his nan, but one of them found it in his poo and washed it and put it on the mantelpiece.
What?
Kept the poo marble. What for? What are they doing that for? So he didn't even play it in a set of marbles, just like as a display.
You want to play with it after that?
Well, if it's a display piece, it's more likely to... I don't know what's worse. I don't know what's worse.
I think playing with a marble you've shat out is worse.
Yeah, especially if you're prone to putting them in your mouth, like Harry obviously. Can't double down on it.
Oh my God, that's so good. That actually would be a worthy winner. However, it's not. We have a worse one.
Go on.
So if you are new to the podcast, basically, we crown someone the biggest silly Billy, right? And off the back of it, you win the Silly Billy Award mug. Woohoo! Ella's was good. However, Bill's.
I'm scared.
Yeah, this is mad.
Yeah, very embarrassing story. I was 16. I had a little Saturday job at the time, and I kept like bending over and so the pain was so bad it was putting me to the floor. And I thought, right, okay, let me ring the GP. So I rang the GP, and they said, right, okay, don't come and see us. You need to go straight to hospital. So they rang me an ambulance to my work. I was blue lighted all the way to hospital. I was sat in A&E for around 20 minutes until the triage nurse come in. I went through to the triage nurse. She started pushing certain bits of my belly and it was really hurting. She then pushed in such a way, sort of down, sort of inwards and down, which then led to me letting out the most almighty ripper I've ever let out in my life, and the pain was instantly gone. I was embarrassed, didn't know where to look. The nurse was laughing, and yeah, so don't feel so bad because I don't think you'll top that.
You got blue lighted.
Blue lighted for a fart.
For a fart. All of that for a fart. No.
It's really good, isn't it?
That's mad.
He thought he had to have his appendix out.
I bet.
Turns out, just a bit of track wind. I think that is worthy of a Silly Billy Award mug. Congratulations. By the way, if you ever have a story that you find embarrassing for no reason, we would love to hear from you. You can send them in. Instagram mainly. It's at EFNR Podcast, whether it's something to do that we've spoken about already, maybe you've had a minor injury you want to tell us about, or just anything in general, like something happens to you in day-to-day life and you thought, that's an ick.
Yeah, get
Please
in touch
tell
with
us.
100%. At EFNR Podcast on Insta is where we mainly get them, but we're also on TikTok and YouTube as well. And we will see you for a special episode.
Yeah, I did want to touch on this because I can't believe we've gone through all of that, minor injuries, and you haven't told yours.
Yeah, so I have an injury that happened to me that when we started advertising about this, we got a lot of messages saying, is Sam going to tell his penis story?
Yeah.
I'll leave it on that. We're going to do a standalone episode on Tuesday.
That's a tease, isn't it?
Of the story, okay? I have a minor injury that I will share. I think I will. I haven't even told my parents.
Well, they can just send them the podcast. Thank you so much for listening. Love you. See you next time.